بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Dear scholars, respected guests, brothers and sisters in Iman, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has given us the tawfiq to be here in the haram of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Every year we come, inshallah, to meet our Imam and to offer our condolences on the tragedy of Karbala and to share our grief, to express our wishes and to share the desires that we have. But we leave Karbala with a lot more than we could have ever imagined. Every single year when we learn more about the tragedy of Karbala, we gain lessons, and I'm going to talk about a couple of those lessons that I have learned this year. I call it the Imam Hussain course. This year offered several lessons to me, and one of the things that I saw was when you first come for Arbaeen, what do you see? Maybe you see the millions of people that are around us. You see young, you see the old. You see people, despite their disabilities, traveling in the heat. You see people at all different mokabs, ready to give food and water to the Zayareen. But maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not even Karbala that we see. Maybe it's something that we get even before we come to Karbala. A light that is constantly looking towards us so that we can fully understand the purpose of life and what plan Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has for all of us. That light is Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And inshallah, today, I hope to narrow down that concept into a few examples that we can see within our own daily lives. Imam alayhi salam has said, "This world is like a shadow. If you chase it, it will run away from you. And if you run from it, it will chase you." We all know that the world is filled with false promises. A great example right here, your phone. Every day you look at your phone, what do you see? You see advertisements. Advertisements with big words and catchy slogans, all trying to get you to buy a product or an idea. Even watching a video. You watch a video online, what happens? You watch one video and you use up your time. And eventually what happens is you get to a spot where the videos that you're watching are telling you about why you shouldn't be watching videos because you've been there so long. And so these are examples of false promises. Now, of course, there are good type of advertisements. For example, let's say you're thinking of traveling and you look on your phone and you see, look, there's an ad for a ticket to Karbala. And you think, oh my gosh, wow, look, it's a ticket to Karbala. That's something that's convenient for you. But at the end of the day, there are the times when advertisements are simply made to lead you on and to distract you from the overall goal that you have in life. And so they constantly call to give you one specific thing, but you're never satisfied. And over time, it reels you in, and you get to the point where you're constantly wanting more and more and more. One form of advertisements that has become prevalent in today's society is online courses. Now, online courses, what is it? It's basically you take a course online to get a specific skill or to get a certification or a degree. But what I'm going to talk about today specifically is the online course that is found through ads on, for example, a platform like YouTube. Now, these ads start out with a general statement. The statement is, here's how to make $1 million in a week, or here's how to learn a new language in a few days. If you click on the website, it takes you to another website. You fill out your payment information, and after completing the course, you realize that you don't even know what you're doing. The course is so confusing that you have to watch another video to find out what to do in the course. And so it becomes a loophole of confusion. You don't even know what's going on. Now this is the confusion of this world. What's the opposite of that? Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Imam Hussain alayhi salam tells everything straight. What Imam Hussain alayhi salam, when he promised something, he delivered on that promise. His word was the truth. On the contrary, this world has ulterior motives. Everyone has an ulterior motive. That doesn't mean that everyone always has an ulterior motive. Just that there is always an intention behind why we do something. Why do we read our namaz? Why do we pray? Why do we donate to charity? All of these actions, the sawab of that depends on the reason why we're doing that action. And of course, everything that we do, in order to get the most sawab from it, it should be purely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, at the end of the day, there's no way of telling what someone else's intentions are. I can't look at someone and see, I know why they're praying. I know why they're doing this. We don't know that. What we can do is we just leave it up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We focus on ourselves and our intentions, and we see the blessings that we have, and we just pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that everything works out. Imam Hussain alayhi salam did that. Imam Hussain alayhi salam trusted in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On the day of Ashura, in spite of facing the martyrdoms of his beloved ones and foreseeing the inhuman treatment of his family, Imam Hussain alayhi salam became more isolated. The more Imam Hussain alayhi salam became isolated, the more he totally relied upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying, that which makes these severities easy for me is that I can see everything in the presence of God, and He watches and bears witnesses. Imam Hussain alayhi salam only had one motive, to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's a famous author named Charles Dickens, and he says, after observing this, he says, if Hussain had fought to quench his worldly desires, then I do not understand why his sister, wife, and children accompanied him. It stands to reason, therefore, that he sacrificed purely for Islam. Now, we know what he sacrificed for. We know what Imam Hussain alayhi salam sacrificed for and what he went through to achieve that goal. We have no doubt that Imam Hussain alayhi salam completely submitted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where else should we turn to for advice? Imam Ali alayhi salam said, sincerity is the product of certainty. Imam Hussain alayhi salam was 100% sincere in his actions. So much so that 1400 years after the tragedy of Karbala and the event of Karbala, we still talk about the sacrifices and immense tribulations of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, as if it's something that happened yesterday, as if we ourselves were there. Some people, they hear the name of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. It could be anything. It could be on the birthday of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. When they hear his name, tears start to come in their eyes, just from hearing the name of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. We know Arbaeen of Imam Hussain alayhi salam is the largest annual gathering in the entire world. With this in mind, we can have the utmost certainty that even being around the majlis of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, even listening to the lectures of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, even trying to keep a connection with the Imam is that shining light that will guide us towards our true purpose in life. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give that tawfiq, that we will have the blessings from that and the rewards in this world and in the next world. Bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.